Hello, welcome. My name is Leah, and today I will be guiding you through a mini practice at the wall. So I invite you to roll out your mat and set up your props close by to a wall. That is a clear space that you would be able to reach. Your hands up to the top without any obstruction or anything in the way. So get settled and come to sit. And today, I will recommend that you have a blanket in addition to your mat, and the only other prop that you'll need is the wall. So with your folded blanket, go ahead and take that and sit up on its edge and get close to your wall. You don't have to lean back into the wall so that you're slouching, but let the wall be a guide to create a nice lift of the spine and an upright seat. You can place your palms down in your lap for now. And if there is any strain in your lower back and you feel like you do need a little bit more of support of the wall, sit as close to the wall with the base of your spine as possible, still maintaining a nice upright seated position with the chest broad and open through the collars, and your elbows and shoulders relaxing and dangling. Let the firm connection to the ground, what you're sitting on, and the support of the wall behind you remind you of strength and stability. Sometimes, especially these days, we might not feel as strong and stable as we would like. So it's okay for us to allow ourselves to be held, supported, and acknowledging even that we are always being supported by Mother Earth. And the stabilities of the walls and the foundations that surround us. Take a breath in through your nose and a soft sigh through your mouth. Again, breathe through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel how when you exhale through the mouth, the shoulders relax a little more. As you breathe in, the belly fills, the ribs expand, the chest lifts. And again, an open mouth sigh. And this time, really observe how your hips and your thighs can relax at the bottom of the breath. Okay. You can keep your eyes open with the soft gaze out at a distance on the floor, or if you'd like, soften your eyes and close them. We'll take 5 together, connecting with the ebb and the flow of our breath, riding the wave, but applying a little bit of effort and expanding, controlling, and extending the length. Exhale completely with me. We'll be breathing in and out of the nose now. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm working with a 5 pace in. If that seems too deep, you just alter 4. If you want more, up to 6. Match your exhales in length for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or your preferred length. Again, breathing in, feel the belly expand, the ribs widen, the chest lift, crown of the head reaches high, and as you exhale, feel the softening of the belly, ribs, the chest, and the weight of your seat. 2 more on your own, breathing in, and out. Inhale. And exhale. Notice even within the movement of the breath, we find stability there. Good, so you can let go of counting the breath and just bring your awareness back to the ordinary flow. Excellent. So from here, we're going to shift onto hands and knees. And I'm going to use 2 walls today just so that you could see my body and the alignment. You only need one wall. So for now, you're going to rise up on your hands and knees. And wherever the wall is, you're going to bring the soles of your feet to the wall. So you're going to come into a shape like a tabletop. If you'd like to pad your knees, that blanket you were sitting on is always nice to place underneath the knees for a little extra support. And if you have it, why not? Good. So tucking the toes under here, feel a little stretch of the balls of the feet. The heels are driving toward the wall. Then lift your heart forward and through. Let the belly soften. So you feel a nice little back bend. The collarbone is broadening. The chest is moving forward and up. That's nice. Now as you exhale, round your spine, shoulders high. Really feel the hands ground down to inform the lift of your shoulders. A couple of more rounds like this, breathing in for cow pose. Feeling all of your fingers, the whole perimeter of the hand. And exhale from the down of the hands, reach up to the shoulders. Still feeling your feet at the wall, keeping you stable. One more time. Breathe in. Feel the tailbone lift. And exhale, draw the tailbone under. Nice. I'm going to lift into a downward facing dog, but I'm going to have you keep your knees bent significantly. So when you lift the knees off of the floor, keep a nice bend and feel the heels start to reach a little closer to the wall as your tailbones draw up toward where the wall and the ceiling meet. So feel the belly come toward the thighs. Let's stretch the seat up and back. Try to relax the shoulders away from your ears. Still really grounded through your hands. And let your head hang. Maybe say yes with your head. Gently side to side. Releasing a little bit of that neck tension. Good. So keeping one knee bent, try to straighten the other leg a little bit more. And then switch. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Lower both knees down to the mat underneath your hip points. That's the way. Good. So we're going to start to sit the hips toward the heels of your feet as if to come to child's pose. And then start to round the spine. Sit straight up on your heels just for a moment. Vajrasana. And then we're going to make our way into a standing forward fold. So if the blanket is there on your mat in front of you, just set it off the side. And then start to round your way up to stand. I'm going to advise you to bring your feet forward a little bit away from the wall, because if they're too close, your seat might bump into the wall and tip you over. That might be fun and funny, but just try to find a safe distance. And then you could always walk your feet a little bit closer to the wall after you feel the sits bones connect to the wall. And then your hands are going to ground down. So if you have blankets or if you have blocks, you're going to place your hands on a lifted surface. Just really being kind to those hamstrings. Let your head hang. Keep driving the sits bones up toward the sky as your head relaxes down. And you can keep your knees bent as much as you need. Taking 2 more breaths here. Nice, complete, full breathing. Excellent. And then come on, so those fingertips, walk your feet forward just an inch or 2 again, so that now you can start to round your way all the way up to stand on your next inhale. Really breathing in fully as you rise. Gazing out in front of you. Take a few breaths here, in and out. Excellent, everybody. Good. Let's lift the shoulders toward the ears, and then roll them down the back. Again, lift the shoulders up, and relax them down the back. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. Good, everyone. Come to the wall, facing the wall this time, and align your body so that your hands and wrists are straight in front of your shoulders, and the hands are shoulder width apart. And then look straight down at your feet and make sure that the feet are hip width apart. And that the heels are underneath your hip points. That's the way. Nice measuring distance here. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just bend your arms halfway and let the chest move toward the wall. Good. Press into that wall and reach out. Little push up at the wall. Go ahead, exhaling toward the wall and inhale, straightening the arms. Couple more rounds. Just feel those triceps hugging as the arms straighten. Keeping the belly engaged. Feeling the roots of your feet and the roots of your hands. Last 3. Keep breathing. And 1. Good. Release your hands by your side and keep your feet where they are. Take a deep breath in and raise your arms up. As you exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, hands to the wall. Exhale, bend the arms. Forearms to the wall, lift the chest. As you exhale, the hands are going to slide halfway down the wall, and you'll walk your feet back. A nice big step, bringing the heels underneath your hip points, your wrists forward of your shoulders, and creating this shape like downward facing dog, but at your wall. Good. Keep reaching the sits bones toward the center behind you. The crown of your head forward toward the wall. Working hands, feet, and seat. Keep breathing. One more full inhale here. As you exhale, start to walk your feet back to where you began. Inhale the arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. So that was a modified sun salutation at the wall. Let's do one more. Take a breath in and out with your hands by your side. Nice active legs, arms reach high. And exhale, hands down by your sides. Inhale the hands to the wall. Exhale, forearms to the wall. Breathe in, lift the chest, feel that cobra-like spine. As you exhale, travel back with the feet, straightening the arms, aligning yourself back into the down dog shape here at the wall. Looks a little bit like a half of a box. I'm feeling those hamstrings, I'm sure that they're speaking to you, so a little slack, bending the knees. Keep working your feet and seat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another in-breath. Stepping forward with the other foot first. And then coming to stand, take a deep breath in. Nice active legs. Hands to your heart, exhale. And then releasing your arms. And just observe here your breath. If you don't want to face the wall anymore, you can turn. Good. Just notice how your shoulders are feeling, the strength of your legs, your breath, the heart pumping and beating. There we go. Nice. All right, so I'm going to bring you into some shoulder work now. We can open up the shoulders. This is usually where we all hold the weight of the world. Most of our attention falls in the shoulders, head, neck, and area of the body. So we're going to open that up, and as well opening up the chest so that we can breathe to the best of our capacity, right? Breathing is the number one tool that we have, especially these times where we really need to boost our respiratory system. So go ahead and extend your arms back where you were before, coming to that right angle and length of your wrists to shoulders. Your feet again are hip width apart. With your right hand, keep the hand straight in front of your heart space at the wall and relax your left arm down. Turn those right fingers to the right, so the thumb is what's pointing up now, trying to keep shoulder and wrist at the same height. Good. Now you'll start to walk your body to the left. Imagine you walk toward the left as if you can face your hip points to the center of the room. And if the center of the room is 12 o'clock, maybe your hips are facing 1 or 2 o'clock. It really depends on how tight or how much tension there is in the arm. You might even be feeling this significantly in your forearm and wrist. I know that's where I'm feeling it right now. So try to keep the feet hip width apart still, nice and spacious. And rather than go to your deepest expression right away, ease into the depth. Breathe into that hand. Feel the stretch travel up the arm. And as you exhale, visualize the path of the breath moving back down the arm, releasing some of that tension. Good. Keep breathing. Observing what you're feeling. Being your own best teacher, observing if you've gone too far, too fast, you ease out. Or if there's an opportunity for more space, well, walk through it. Breathe in. And nice and easy, you're going to unravel those legs. Walk your feet toward the wall again. And release your right arm. Good. Roll out those shoulders a little bit after that. And just feel right side, left side. And although you're working your arms and shoulders, don't forget your feet are still grounded, right? Yeah. Good. All right, everyone, so we're going to do the same exercise on the left side. So this time you're going to be working on your left shoulder. I'm coming to a different wall so that you have another opportunity to see the alignment in case you need. So arm's going to come to the wall, shoulder width apart. Left hand moves to the center. So from your chest toward the wall is your left arm. Relax your right hand. Walk your feet to the right, about a quarter of your distance here. Take a breath in. Make sure that the fingers are turning to the left, thumb pointing up. Good, and then continue to walk your feet to the right and finding that perhaps 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, maybe even 10, depending on how tight the left side is feeling today. I know for me, my left shoulder feels a little tighter, even on a normal day. So I observe the tension that might be building here and breathe into that. Still feel the hand connect to the wall, giving a little bit of a feedback. Nice. Slow, smooth, easy breath. Feel the tension melting away. Good. Really nice. And then easing out so you don't walk too fast. Unravel slow. Start to face the wall again. Both hands now to release by your sides and shoulder roll up, back, down, and around. And maybe the other direction again. And just observe your shoulders again. Feeling that space. So rather than just physical space, you feel your breath. It's driving from the belly as you inhale all the way up into the chest and then widening out a little bit more now. Feels good. Nice. All right, everybody, we're going to take this practice down on the mat to lie down, but we're still going to be using the wall. So next to you, remember to have that blanket that we were working with before, just in case we need it. For now, the blanket can come toward the middle upper section of the mat behind you if the wall is in front. And you're going to come to lie down with your feet on the wall, hip width apart. I always like to say it's as if you were in a chair, but the chair, softly of course, fell back, and then you're on the floor. So the hips, your knees, and the ankles are in front of the knees. And the blanket, if you'd like, you could take that blanket, not too big of a fold, but the blanket could come underneath your head for a little bit of support for your neck. After all that work with the shoulder, we don't want to create any tension in the neck. Keep it nice and relaxed. Good. Bring the right knee into your chest. So keep your left foot at the wall and hug the right knee into your chest. Take a breath in, pressing into the left foot and hugging the right knee. Breathe in and out. Take the right knee out just a little bit wider so that the knee starts to point toward the underarm. You don't even need to use both arms here. You can relax your left arm and draw the right knee a little bit wider, getting into that right hip. Still pressing into the left foot and down through the tail. Good. Now start to keep the right leg opening out for an external rotation of the hip. We'll place the right foot on the left knee. And in this particular shape, you might notice that you're not feeling that much sensation in the hip. So here's a couple of things that you could do to target the hips a little bit more. You could scoot your seat a little bit closer to the wall. So as your seat gets closer to the wall, the depth of the hip opener increases. Let the right knee be heavy, as if the right knee is drawing toward that wall. You could use your right hand, the palm, fleshy part of your hand, and bring it to the right thigh, below the knee. And then let your pinky side edge of your hand work just a little bit more. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And get into those hips. Come back to the smooth, balanced, even breathing. Inhale, 3 counts, 4 or 5. And exhale. Really nice. And then the right foot is going to come back to the wall, hip width apart. Pause here. I like to extend the leg after that, so you can extend your right toes toward the wall with the right leg straight. And then flex, driving the heel up. Good. Then bend the knee again and place both feet to the wall. Left knee comes in toward the chest, so bringing your hands, interlacing them around the front of that shin or the knee, giving a little hug. And then again, feel the right foot. Hug the left knee. Nice little massage of the belly and the organs, digestive system. Really building up a little compression here is good. Nice. And then relax your right arm, but take the left hand and draw the left knee a little bit wider now. And you might not even see the difference, but you could feel it as the leg goes a little wider. Good. And you might feel it in the back side, in the hip crease, groin. Notice your lower backs. Excellent. Keep the hip opening out to the side. Place your left foot on the right knee. One side, very different from the other. So you might actually need to scoot away a little bit from the wall, especially if this is where you hold most of the emotional tension in the body. Those hips don't lie. Be kind. Breathe into it. Your appropriate distance from the wall. It feels that you have the opportunity to feel sensation get into the hip. And then you could place your hand in the inner thigh. Pinky side of the left hand a little bit more active. Keep breathing. You might like to hug the throat muscles so that you could hear the wind-like sound of the breath. Ujjayi, audible breathing, victorious breath. It can be really useful when working in these deep postures, sometimes challenging. Good. Work your exhales. Let go of some of that tension. And release the bind. The left foot comes back to the wall. You're going to straighten your left leg up. Point your toes. Breathe in. And flex your feet. Good. Bending both knees now. Very good. Okay, we're going to set up for legs up the wall with a hip opener. Now that we did the reclining pigeon, we're going to do butterfly pose at the wall. Stay where you are, but just start to turn to the side. So you're in like a fetal position. Scoot closer to the wall so that your hips are at the wall. Good. And then you're going to slowly lower back down again and swing your legs up the wall all at the same time. Good. And settle here. You could use that folded blanket underneath your head and neck if you'd like to support your head. Make a little pillow fold. Now I'm going to switch directions where I am on my own mat, but you stay as you are. I'm just going to do that so that you can see the angles of my legs. Legs up the wall, this nice passive inversion. It's really great. Helps us drain a little bit of the fatigue out of the legs. And I know, personally, the thighs, when you're dealing with some type of trauma or discomfort, unsettled times, the thigh muscles usually ache. Hips feel tight. So this is a nice way for you to drain those legs and just give them a little TLC, much needed R&R. As the feet start to drain just a little bit in the shins and the knees, feel the pelvis, the pelvic bowl, heavy and relaxed to the earth. If you have another blanket, or if you have a block, you could use that underneath the hips. So you'll bend the knees to the wall, or feet to the wall, and lift your seat. Slide that blanket or block underneath the sacral area of your spine. It gives the hips a little bit of a lift, and then you could raise your legs back up. Feel the tilt of your tailbone kind of scooping over the blanket. Good. This way the tailbone's not popping up high, and feel a little bit of release of your tail. Bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet back to touch. And then let the knees split out to the side. So you're in a butterfly, reclining butterfly position. You could rest your arms out to the side, palms up. Let the shoulders be heavy. You could take your hands to the inner thighs and just let the gentle weight of your hands rest here in the hip opener. If you prefer a deeper hip opener, you could straddle your legs. So the legs would go straight up and then they would open out to the sides. So I use my hands as like kickstands. As long as the elbows could stay relaxed to the floor and shoulders relaxed, my hands could just guide and support my legs as they slowly start to open, stretch, allowing the wall and the ground to support you, opening up. So if this feels too deep or vulnerable in the moment, bring the feet back together, the legs straight up the wall, and know that you always have choice. Which one suits you now? Take 3 more breaths. Good. Start to wiggle your toes. Bring a little sensation back into your feet. And I know they might be tingling and feeling a little numb now. No worries. That blood is going to come surface through the legs. Nice, fresh, oxygenated blood, filling the legs back up again. To come out of position, everyone, you'll bend your knees. And if you're on a lifted surface, you're going to lift your hips and slide that prop out from underneath you. Good. I want everyone to scoot away from the wall just a little bit. I know there's a little effort involved in that, but just try to come back to the position where your feet were at the wall, as if you fell back or lightly reclined in your chair. Good. Hug the knees into your chest. Feel the small of your back round down. Both legs together. Go ahead and lower your legs to the left side and open into a twist to the right. If you're in this twist and your knees are not stacking or your hips feel a little tight and you need support, you know your blanket that was here is nearby. You could just use the blanket as a little bit of a support between your legs to prop them. Keep relaxing the right shoulder. Gentle wringing out of the spine. If you have a prop between the legs, you can keep it with you. Lift the legs back to center. Take a breath in. And taking your twist now to the other direction. And remember, I know that at home we don't have the same amount of space that we're used to, so you might have to shift a little, and that's okay. So fuss over yourself a little, Find a way to come into the twist with the legs to the right and the left shoulder relaxing. The nice thing is that with these recorded yoga classes, you have the opportunity to press pause, make sure that what you need, you have. And return back to your breath. Feel the ground supporting you as you unravel from your twist. That's the way. Ground your feet to the mat. Little windshield wiper of your legs. And take your time. Set yourselves up so you could be comfortably lying down on your mat in any version of Shavasana that you wish. You can use your blanket under your head and neck like a pillow, or you could roll your blanket up and just place it underneath your bent knees, straightening your legs and feeling that little bit of support of the rolled blanket, letting your lower backs relax. Make fists with your hands, fists with your feet. Take a deep breath with me. Inhale. As you exhale, relax all your grips. Let the body drop. Shavasana. Let the body breathe for you. Feel the ground receive and hold you. And let go. Begin to feel your breath without the need to move the body just yet. Just feel how when you breathe in and you breathe out, the body rises and falls, expands and contracts. Then you could start to bring gentle movements into your body however you wish. Some suggestions: pointing and flexing your feet, rotating your wrists, wiggling fingers and toes, even turning the head a little side to side. Bend your knees. Start to roll toward your own right side, lying in a fetal position. Just a pause, observing how you feel now. Feel the support of the ground and start to round your spine up to sit. Returning back to sit close to the wall, using the prop if you need to elevate the seat. I always like to return back to the same position that I began my practice as an opportunity to observe, really feel the fruits of your action, observing how the body feels, the breath is flowing, recognizing the state of your mind. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. A little bow of your own head toward your hands in a gesture of self-gratitude for taking the time to set up the space, to clear the space and time, to come home to yourselves and practice. I hope you enjoyed this practice to get together at the wall, remembering this is one of the best props to feel stable, supported, and well held. From our home to yours, wishing you a restful, peaceful day. Namaste.